Welcome to Crow Inclined here today with a daily energetic check-in. We're going to do our Wednesday pick a card. Keep in mind this is a timeless reading, so whenever it comes up for you is when you're meant to see it. And I'm using the Enchanted for Hoxa Tarot. Our card of focus pile number 1 is the Tower. And we're going to use the Golden Wheel Tarot. Pile number 1. Pile number 2, your card of focus is the Nine of Air. And we're going to use the Witch of the Forest Tarot Magic. And pile number 3, your card of focus is the Eight of Earth. And we're going to use the Wandering Star. Okay, so this is just a general reading for the collective. Feel free to pause and ponder and choose your pile or multiple piles, and I will see you there. Welcome pile number 1, and our card of focus is the Tower. You know, I don't think I've ever had the Tower card come out as a card of focus before for one of our pick a card, well, for any of my readings. So it's quite interesting, and I love the imagery with the Enchanted for Hoxa Tarot, right? So we'll tell you a little bit about this card and sort of how it came to be in the land of For Hoxa, okay? So before For Hoxa became this, you know, beautiful countryside dotted with lakes and forests and meadows and, you know, all the beauty of For Hoxa, there were darker times, okay? Creatures fought over what little resources the land had to offer. Wars broke out. You know, basically the spirits within the earth grew increasingly unhappy. And over time, the earth grew angry. And emotions bubbled up, and they were emotions that couldn't be held back. So with a massive eruption out of the earth, a tower of fire arose. Okay? Burning flames that just demolished the lands and created this enormous shock wave of destruction. All of life on earth perished. All the inhabitants, all the plants, all that remained was dirt and water. But in time, life began to grow again, slowly, but it did. And that was a fresh beginning with a hope for a better tomorrow. Okay, that's what emerged from the devastation. So sometimes, like the spirits within the earth that blew up and destroyed everything, we need to let out some steam. When the tower appears, you might have been sitting in frustration for too long, right? And maybe you're at risk of destroying everything that you've worked to create. Other times, when we experience destruction at the hand of forces outside of ourselves, it can feel like that same destruction, right? Towers can happen from within us. Towers can happen from around us, right? It's kind of a course correction, a fresh new beginning. But when this tower comes in, it's kind of a warning that change is coming, and it will be swift. Okay, this might be a humbling experience for you, especially if it takes you off guard. Okay, if you're not ready for it, if you don't see it coming, if you're not paying attention, or if you're avoiding, right? So consider that gift, or consider the warning a gift, because something has to give. But what comes out of this destruction of the tower is an energy that sparks change. So I know that a lot of people get really freaked out with the tower. And yeah, sometimes as the card talks about it, it can be kind of a humbling experience. But I think a tower can also protect us from things that maybe we don't see. And it can clean the slate, clear the slate for something new to begin. So there's a lot of good that comes with the tower. So I don't want you to like be all freaked out about it, okay? Yeah, it's sort of a swift cleaning job. How about? All right. We have the golden wheel here today. Let's go ahead and dig into this a little bit. Yeah, the energy feels a little bit heavy right now. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and so it's so interesting the cards that have come out today for this pick a card reading. I want to thank you all for being here. I hope you're all doing well. Excuse me. I'm honored, more than honored, to be able to bring you this message today. It is a reading for the collective, so please use your discernment. Practice. Builds your intuition, strengthens your inner wisdom. And let's get into what this tower is for you today. Oy, the tower. You know, and we go through many towers in a lifetime. We can have many towers in a daytime, you know. Well, there we have it. We have Judgment. It's a card of transformation, right? It's a card of awakening. It's one thing ending and presenting as something new. And that's what we're talking about with that energy of the tower, right? It sort of cleans the slate so that you can have a fresh start. Oh my goodness. In your energy is the Fool. So this is, yeah, your tower is actually the ending of a chapter in your life. It's the ending of a leg of your journey. So, yeah, the Fool is in your energy. Like you're ready to leap. Maybe this tower already happened. Yeah, it happened, and it happened fast. Here's the Knight of Swords. Something came rushing in. It was unexpected. It created this huge shift in you. It changed your perspectives. It changed everything. Wow. And look, I'm loving this Fool in your energy. Talk about a leap. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so this tower for you is pretty amazing. So please don't fear. Don't be afraid. Like I said, it honestly feels like it's already happened for you, especially with that Fool in your energy. And the Judgment card. This is what this is. This is an awakening for you. This is a transformation. This is your opportunity. Wow. And you have the Hermit with the Judgment card. So yeah, this was about you really going within. You know, the Hermit is cool because I say cool. This is when we stop blaming everything outside of ourselves, when we stop looking outside of ourselves for the answers to things. This is when we go within and we understand that we have the answers within. And so the Hermit is the seeker. But we're seeking information about ourselves, who we are at our core level, what makes us tick, why we do this, why did we do that, right? So this is part of this assessment. This was about going within. I kind of feel like we're all in a bit of a deep dive right now. We're having this existential crisis, the humanity as a whole. Let's see this Fool card. This Fool card. Okay, under the Fool card, we have the Five of Wheels. Okay, so this is like the Five of Pentacles, and it's hardship and struggle. It's kind of, you know, feeling left out in the cold. Obviously, here they are out in the snow and bundled up, and they're burning their pentacles, right? Even though that there's firewood behind them. So what this card is about, it's about walking away from a perceived place of safety. Something that you thought was safe and solid, and it turns out it wasn't really in alignment with you, right? And so you had to walk away from it, and it kind of created this hardship and struggle. Now this can, yeah, I mean, it created this hardship. Okay, but so this makes sense, right? And maybe your tower was understanding that where you were in your life wasn't really working with you and wasn't really aligned with you. And that's why we have this Fool card coming in. Okay. So, and with the Hermit card, it might have taken a little while to understand that, whatever this perceived security that you were living in, I mean, maybe it took going within to understand that it wasn't really meant for you, or it doesn't align with you, or who you are at your authentic level, all of that stuff. Let me find my words. Yeah, this is a huge shift. So yeah, underneath the Knight of Swords, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, you were unaware of it. So the Four of Cups is about awareness, right? And it was something that you were unaware of. You know, maybe you spent too long looking at these cups that you just didn't really understand that there were other cups out there, right? Now, cups are of the emotion. So, and a lot of times people say this card can mean boredom or, you know, disenchantment, whatever. I really feel like with this reading, there was just something that you were unaware of in this situation, you know, tied to this Five of Wheels and this hardship. Something that you were unaware of. You went within. You did your assessment with that Judgment card, and you understood that you had to walk away. Now, I think the Five of Wheels, Five of Pentacles, if you know my readings, you know that I think that there's a lot of courage with that card. And fives are endings too. So something there had to end, right? Just like the Tower, something had to end. Just with the Judgment card, there's an ending and a beginning. The Fool card, what is going on? Yeah, you're already, this is just confirmation for someone. How beautiful is this? Now, it doesn't mean that it was easy. When I say that this is beautiful energy, trust me, I understand, and I'm not being dismissive of the journey. You know, the journey was important. And the journey's not always easy or kind or pretty or sparkly, right? So I'm not being dismissive of that at all. Under the Hermit, you have the Magician. I mean, look at this. The nature of this reading, you've got the Judgment, you've got Hermit, and you have Magician. So it's time to act. It is a card of action. But it also shows where you are. It shows your mastery, right? You have the tools. You have the knowledge. You have everything you need to transmute energy into the material world, to create your world the way that you want to. This is you. I mean, this is where you're going. You're literally in the full energy of beginning a journey, but you're beginning the journey with everything that you need to be successful, right? I love that for you. That is beautiful energy. Okay, yeah. Under that Five of Wheels, we have the Ace of Swords. So yeah, you had a huge epiphany, right? The Ace of Swords is truth and clarity. It cuts away doubt, confusion, and fear. You had a huge, huge epiphany. There was a big truth that came in that set you on this new path. This is what your tower was, okay? There was a truth revealed about your current situation or recent past, you know, in this time sphere. And it set you on a path, but also, and I know, you know, I know the hardship and struggle that can come with this, you know, when the truth, maybe the truth hurt a little bit, but, you know, the energy that you're moving into is incredible. You know, this is your energy now, but this is the nature of the reading with the Judgment card, and the Hermit and the Magician. I mean, that's just absolutely fantastic. Under that Four of Cups, we have the World. So you definitely are completing a cycle, obviously, right? Karmic cycle ending, especially with this Fool in your energy. Yeah, so this was really, okay, that just fell out of the deck. We have the Hanged Man as well. Wow. You have a lot of majors here. This was a huge shift for you, or is about to be. Just trust that this new beginning is going to be really good. So this has been kind of a cosmic timeout for you with a Hanged Man. Like there was no way that you could move forward in the way that you have been existing. Right? That's what the Hanged Man's about. It's like running into a brick wall. You can't get over it. You can't go around it. You can't go under it. So you have to pause and you have to think about things and you have to figure out a new approach. It's a pivot card, right? And your pivot is starting fresh with that Fool card energy. Complete with your tool chest of the Magician. Hi, buddy. Hey, Zoom. Okay. And here you are sitting, watch out, bud. Sitting on your throne. Oh, sorry. Sitting on your throne. The King of Swords. And truth and logic, strategy. Right? You see things clearly. You can't be fooled. I mean, you have the Fool card, but you know what I'm saying. Like you're going to see I mean, you have this gift now is what I see or what I feel. You have this gift now that like you can see a lie coming from a mile away and you can sense the truth of the situation before it's even spoken. We have the Seven of Wands. Yep. Stand your ground. That's what you did. That's what you're doing. By drawing a line in the sand and saying, I'm not going to live like this anymore. And you're setting off on your own. And it's this path of transformation and discovery and transmutation of energy. Stand your ground. Like you've got this. It's like the beautiful ending to a movie about struggle and hardship, right? I love it. I love it. I love it for you. All right, let's see if there's any more cards. Maybe just one more. Maybe just one more. Yeah. Okay. Well, of course. This leg of your journey has been Nine of Wands. It's been it's been a lot of hard energy coming at you, and yet you kept getting up. And you kept getting up, and you kept getting up, and you have collected all the wisdoms from all those wands that came at you, right? This is a card of being able, of learning to set healthy boundaries, right? Because now you can, right? It's like this King of Swords energy over here that sees the truth coming from a mile away, sees a lie coming from a mile away, understands the truth before it's spoken. That's because you went through it. And you've earned that right to sit on that throne. You've earned the right to this new journey. You've earned the right to the magic and the mystical magic that's going to happen for you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. So, of course, you have this incredible inner wellspring of strength now, right? You understand the lower vibrational emotions. You are able to stay in the higher vibrational emotions when dealing with things that come at you, right? This is where the healthy boundaries comes in. Now, this is typically an infinite source, okay? But it's because you have collected the lessons. You've learned how to control those emotions. You've learned. This is a card of courage as well. So yeah, you really made it through something here. And it's a beautiful, beautiful reading because you are on your way to something better, way, way better. So please don't doubt. Okay. Yeah, this is wonderful, I think, for you. So that is your message. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile number 2. Your card of focus is the 9 of Air. Okay, now we know the 9 of Air is kind of worry and anxiety, stress, sleepless nights, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk to you about the story behind this card with this fairy in the land of Herhaxa. Okay, so it starts out with one hornet that appears at night while this fairy's trying to sleep, right? And this hornet buzzes around and it kind of threatens to sting this poor this poor fairy. And so pretty soon this fairy's on edge. You know, fairy needs to sleep, but is afraid that this hornet's going to sting it, right? So awake and sleep and wake and sleep. And so the following night there's 2. And then the next night after that there's 3, and so on and so forth. Until there's a bunch of hornets. Okay. So this fairy is going over all the things in their head that they could have done, all the wrong decisions that brought this swarm kind of to torment them so ruthlessly at night, right? And so when it's time to sleep, anticipation of the arrival of these hornets keeps them on guard, and they're unable to rest their eyes. And the stronger the fear and the anxiety, the faster these hornets arrive, right? Are you following where this is going? Whew. So this fairy's exhausted, right? And they don't really understand that all they have to do is acknowledge each hornet. To get rid of all these pests, all they have to do is address each one by name. Acknowledge and address. So this 9 of Air kind of brings a tornado of fear and anxiety, okay? This is the energy that keeps you awake at night, keeps you focused on the things that have gone wrong. And it can cause this kind of cloudy night brain that doesn't really provide any clear solutions, right? It just keeps you up at night. It keeps you asking if you've done everything right. Okay. And then daytime comes and we just sort of forget about it, right? We forget about the worry and the stress. It's just a rotten night's sleep. And there's no action to resolve an issue. But the next night, sure enough, the same worries surface. Okay. And a lot of times with unresolved problems like this that kind of keep us up at night, they come with a new set of concerns like guilt or blame, right? It just kind of makes this tornado of negative thoughts more potent. So consider if you're creating undue anxiety by not addressing the source of something that's not going right, okay? You know, maybe you're giving a situation more power than it deserves by overthinking a problem. You know, causing unnecessary stress. Sometimes when we like fret too much over something, we can actually attract that issue to us. So there's also that, right? So this really is about acknowledging what's causing the anxiety, addressing it, naming it, and letting it go. Especially if there's not any action to sort of resolve the problem, right? Or maybe we're too busy in our daily lives that, you know, sometimes it's hard to deal with all the issues all at once. Anyway, it's a card of sleepless nights, mostly. Okay, so we have the Witch of the Forest, and we're going to dig into this horror, fairy, sleepless nights, anxiety, and stress, and these hornets. It kind of does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it? Like this buzzing in our head. But I've had sleepless nights, believe me. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope you're all doing really well. And yeah, I'm honored to be able to bring you this reading today. Let us dig in. Please take this as it resonates, okay? This is a general reading. This is not a one-on-one. Okay. We have Temperance. So there's something about moderation. Is a card of divine timing. Oh, excuse me, I had to yawn. All right, well, let's keep going. Oh, my. Tower. Okay, so you have a tower in your energy. It's funny, pile number one, the card of focus was the tower. Yeah, so something's changing. Something's going to swiftly change if it hasn't already. It's in your energy. You're having a tower moment. And that's okay. I think tower moments are okay. You know, they're a course correction. They get us back on track. They realign us with what's important to us, what is in alignment with our authentic self. Did I say course correction already? It is kind of that. All right, keep in mind, we have the King of Wands here. Now, the King of Wands, you know how much I love the King of Wands. Fiery, creative, passionate, self-confident. This is a trailblazer. He's a bit of a rule breaker too, right? But reaches his goals in fun, creative ways, okay? So maybe there's a creative way to get yourself out of the night green like that. Yeah, under Temperance, yeah, we have the Ace of Wands coming in. I mean, it's an idea. It's a wake-up call also. It's a bonk on the head. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. All right, so you're meant to wake up to something. Okay, there's something really good coming here. And it's, with this Temperance card, it's meant to happen when it's meant to happen, right? It feels like something that you're worrying about is not what you think. Right? And isn't that the case? When we get into the little mind spins at night, we can make things monsters in our minds that aren't really monsters. So this Tower card is going to allow you to lay this burden down. Yeah, with the 10 of Wands in your energy, overburdened, fatigued, burnt out. Yeah, you're going to be able to lay that burden down. And you have the Strength card showing up under that King. So yeah, you have this inner strength and courage to get through this Tower moment. Because you have beautiful energy coming in. That's why. This is going to change you. It's going to change you. Come on. Sometimes the cards just don't want to come out. Is that it? Is that our reading? It kind of wants to be our reading. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. I'll take it. Okay, balance and equality. Yep. You're going to get balanced again. You know, when we're having our sleepless nights like that, it can be I mean, it can throw us off kilter, really. It can definitely throw us off kilter. Okay. And your energy is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so holding on. I mean, this is something that could be affecting your finances, that kind of thing. Investments. So this is a time to kind of hold on. Maybe you are budget, that kind of thing, kind of turning your back on the consumerism, you know, the city in the background. So, yeah. Yeah, sleepless, worrying nights, but good things are coming, okay? This is a Tower moment for you. It's going to definitely clear up. Yeah, it's going to clear the energy. And you have the Eight of Wands coming in, so this is communication, right? And fast. Something is moving in fast. I mean, obviously, I think this has to do with this Tower. The speed of this card. It can also indicate travel or a move, that kind of thing. So if that's part of what's happening with you in your Tower, you know, that's okay. That's okay, because it's, you know, you've got good stuff coming with that Temperance card. This is divine timing. It was just meant to happen at the precise moment, right? Temperance is always pouring the liquid back and forth between the cups, right? It's this perfect recipe before presentation, right? Divine timing. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. So there is going to be some sort of proposal or quest or, you know, proposal of invitation of love. This is about love, right? And relationships. It's of the emotions. So this Knight is bringing in some sort of message to you. Yeah, it almost feels like this Tower had to happen for the energy to shake up and move, right? So that the rest of this good stuff can come in. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles too, which is hardship, struggle, right? I personally think it's a card of courage too. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from this sanctuary in the background, right? Knowing it didn't align. This could be part of your Tower moment here. Yeah, sleepless nights, boy. Sleepless nights. Okay. The cards are just like, The cards are sleepy, maybe. They're just not wanting to come flying out at all. Okay. Yep, we have the Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving on, right? You're moving into calmer waters. You're moving away from the Ten of Wands burden, from the Five of Pentacles struggle. You're moving on. So this allows you expansion into the new world that you're going to be in, this new chapter of your life. And it opens the door to exploration and discovery of what's on the shore, what's on the opposite shore there. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. And so you're heading to your wish fulfillment, right? This is a lot of contentment and happiness and joy and for you and for everyone around you. So this is a shift that had to happen for you. Like you needed to drop back into your heart space a little bit. And maybe that's why, because with the 9 of air, we're in our head too much and we forget how we feel about things, and we forget that our feelings can help guide us. And so you're definitely being sort of brought back down into that heart space with this tower that's going to happen, right? Or is happening, or this mental shift or physical shift, whatever it is for you. So this is really bringing in good things. So this is just meant to sort of wipe the slate clean and allow you an opportunity to experience life a little bit differently, okay? All right, pile number 2, that is your message. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I'll see you next time. Welcome, pile number 3, and your card of focus is the 8 of Earth. Okay, I think it's a beautiful card, and we know that the 8 of Earth is the 8 of Pentacles, and it is a card of mastery. All right, so we're going to talk about the card according to the Land of Furhaxa here. So this fairy seems to be kind of entangled in this rose bush, right? And their body is connected to every phase of this plant's life cycle. Okay, they understand the plant like no other, right? They're touching the roots, they're touching the flowers, they're hanging out with the bees. Okay, so with time and practice, and because of this attention to detail, this fairy has created the perfect blend between a yellow and a red rose. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? It's mastery. Okay? So when the 8 of Earth shows up, you might find yourself like entrenched in a job that has you constantly connected in some way to each task. So some days might seem really tedious, but because of the nature of the work, it might also be a little addictive, right? There's something about it that gets you, or that you get, if that makes any sense. Okay, so when this 8 of Earth shows up, you're being asked to dig in and get down to the roots and learn as much as possible that you can with this job that feels kind of addictive, or this work that you're doing, or this whatever you're creating. Maybe it's some form of art, but it's tedious but addictive, right? Maybe this is really a call to it is a card of mastery, but it's a call to further your education within it, right? Wow, that took me a minute to get that up. Sorry. So let that energy flow, right? Every project, every job, every hobby has an energy. Let it flow, and let it flow through you as you work towards your goals. Now, the 8 of Earth also does kind of come with a little bit of a warning, and it's just not to get caught up in the perfection at the expense of something good, okay? When you get too attached to what the outcome should look like, you might miss out on a beautiful mistake. That's all that's saying about perfection, right? Okay, so it's time for you to get serious. It's time for you to develop some skills. Maybe you need to go back to school. Maybe you need to do an apprenticeship program or something. Okay, this card indicates it's a time of research and focusing your attention on mastering something. Okay, it's time to dig in. There's something you're meant to master right now. What is it? Maybe you're already doing it. I don't know. We're going to dig in and find out. I have the Wandering Star here. So I want to thank everyone so much for being here. I'm super honored to be able to bring you this message. I hope you're all doing all right out there as we are sort of traversing this wild and woolly energy on the planet right now. Please keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Please use your discernment. This is your opportunity to strengthen your little inner guiding system. You'll know if it's for you or not. Practice makes perfect. And let's see what you got going on with this mastery card here. Oh, we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this can be it's a lot of ideas. It's a lot of opportunities. It can kind of be a little confusing, right? If there are too many things and you can't decide on one thing. But it really feels like there are a lot of doors open for you right now. In your energy, you are showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Very strong, very grounded, wise, loving. This is an unshakable foundation in the material world as well, all right? So that in itself is kind of a mastery. Excuse me. And we have the Six of Wands. So there is definitely some sort of victory and triumph, right? This is a card of recognition. So maybe there's some recognition coming for whatever it is that you're mastering, okay? Maybe that mastery is going to bring you many, many opportunities that you hadn't considered before. Oh, I like that. That's kind of fun. And we have the Temperance. I think Temperance came out in I think it came out in all three piles. So yeah, moderation, healing, balance, guidance. Temperance is a card of healing. And it's also divine timing. So now seems to be the time, right? It's time for you to get into this mastery mode, to get, further your education, to dig in and learn more skills about whatever this is. Maybe it is a new job and you have found that you absolutely enjoy it. Maybe it's a temp job and it's time to learn everything that you can about whatever it is. Now, this doesn't have to be a job, okay? I'm just using that as an example. This could be maybe you decided to take a weekend course on some creative thing, right? And you realized you had a knack for it, and now it's time to dig in and learn. So it can be that. It can be any of that kind of thing. Everything is creation. What do you want to create? Dig in and learn about it. Okay. Yeah, we have the Strength card coming out in your energy. So yeah, you have the strength and the courage, right? And the control over those lower vibrational emotions. So with the Queen of Pentacles, you are grounded and also have this great strength and courage. So yeah, this is time for you. It feels very confident energy. Confident and moving forward with whatever this mastery is. Okay. And we have the Death card. It's a new beginning for you. Yeah, this is death and transformation. So one thing ends and another thing begins, right? It's change. Maybe this is about losing that perfectionism in order to, when we live in the land of perfectionism, and believe me, I've been there in my life before. It's kind of rigid. It's a real rigid and kind of restrictive energy. And so when we can let go of that, it really opens the door for better education, for better, more creative perspectives, bigger and better ideas. It just opens the door to possibilities. See, there's that Seven of Cups there. Perfectionism. All right. And we have the High Priestess. Yeah. Right? This is this working in the spirit world. This is trusting your inner voice. Like you'll know what to do if you can hear yourself. Right? If you can hear yourself. Working in the mystical magical there. There's a lot of wisdom. You might want to pay attention to your dreams too. Not just dreams of what you want to accomplish, but like sleeping dreams, right? What happens in the dream world? Ooh, what happens in the dream world? Okay, in your energy, you have the Knight of Pentacles showing up. Prosperity, benefits, and investment. This is very, very strategic, right? There's a lot of strategy with this card in building a stable foundation in the material world, right? Yeah, so you have that Queen of Pentacles and you have the Knight of Pentacles in your energy. So it's kind of slow, steady, right? What do they say? Slow and steady wins the race. So, oh wow, okay. That just flew out. The Magician, yeah. Time for action, right? You have the skills, you have the tools, you have the power, you have everything that you need. This is a card of mastery, right? The Magician. This is understanding how to transmute the energies into the material world, okay? Yeah, it really, well, in the Eight of Earth, that is Pentacles. So there is a slow sort of, the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Earth. Let me speak. Ugh. It feels like a slow burn, right? Getting into it, learning it, mastering it. It's going to take some time, or it took time. Like it just feels like it's something you're going to want to get in there and get into the details about. Okay, and we have the Sun coming out for you. We have the Sun coming out for you with whatever this mastery is. Digging in and learning every little aspect of whatever it is. Like it's going to be so incredibly successful for you. Okay. And we have the Four of Wands. So in this particular, with this reading, it's freedom. It's creativity, right? It's a milestone marker. It's a checkpoint on your road of life. This is something that you're meant to do. Don't be afraid. I mean, I don't get that you're afraid at all. I really don't. You're very, very, very solid and grounded in your energy. All right, we have the Hanged Man. So yeah, so this is full stop, right? This just means you have to find a new approach to what it is that you're doing. Okay, it's a card of pivot. And we have the Moon, right? Dreams. There we have dreams again, dreams and intuition. Pay attention. Something's about to be illuminated to you. You're going to figure out what it is that you need to be working on. I mean, it's quite possible it could be something more of the mystical, magical, you know? Maybe you're going to design some tarot cards. I don't know. I don't know why I just said that. That's for someone. Yeah, something's coming. I mean, this is good. This is good. This is for you. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck tarot. You guys, we've had the tower card in all three piles is what I'm trying to say. Although pile number one, it was the card of focus, but yeah, I mean, this is huge change and is a course correction, and not even that. It's a new leg of your journey. It's a new chapter in your book, right? It's a new bridge in a song. It's a new song on an album. I mean, I could just keep going on and on, right? Yeah. Good for you, though. This is good. I really feel like this Tower card is good for you. This is going to kind of send you out on this new journey of mastering something here. So Anyway, that is your message. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I will see you next time.